This is Jordan Conradson with the Gateway Pundit. I'm here at the Arizona Audit with Doug Mastriano out of Pennsylvania. How's it going?
It is fantastic. What a great day.
Right, what a great day. So can you give me a quick step-by-step of what you and other legislators from Pennsylvania did today?
Yeah, so myself and Senator Chris Dush and Representative Rob Kaufman met with our counterparts in the House and Senate today, which was fantastic. Went to the Capitol for a few hours. They gave us the legislative perspective on this audit, why they're doing it, how they got here, and then after that we had I won't call it a behind-the-scenes tour because there's no behind-the-scenes here, but we got a tour of the audit, and they went through the process and how they protect people's privacy, how they ensure chain of custody, and how this is a free and transparent process. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed. This is a model for any audit around the nation or the world.
So yeah, tell me more. What do you think about the process?
You know, it's kind of ironic because, you know, we show up here and I get to read stuff, you know, in the left-leaning media,
right.
And there's all this outrage and pulling out of hair. I wouldn't relate to that, obviously, but, and I'm like, why? If in the United States of America in 2021, we should have free and fair elections where people go in and, you know, there's one legal vote per person, period. There should be no questioning, like, I don't know if my vote counted. And a lot of questions were raised not only in Arizona, but likewise we have many unanswered questions in Pennsylvania. And so my impression of this right here is this is the way you do it. I mean, they're looking at the type of paper that was being used. They're looking at whether circles are filled in by machine, you know, copy, or by hand. I mean, this is a level of technology we should have. And I think the takeaway for Pennsylvania and the rest of the nation here is that our elections need to be secure. And you know, it really bothers me when we've international community with a lot of money and help from the United States with NATO and other countries. You know, we supervise elections in Bosnia after the Civil War, in Kosovo after, you know, their breakaway from Serbia, Afghanistan and Iraq. And the level of security and scrutiny, making sure IDs were present, that person has one vote. We don't have that level of discipline in Pennsylvania, or apparently not in Arizona either. And that's a problem. So people should be able to walk into the ballot box saying, yeah, my vote counted, my voice was heard. And right now, you know, I understand a lot of people in my state, like 40% are questioning the results, and that's a problem. If we got nothing to hide, then let's do this. Open up the books and let's do it. If you got something to hide there, then scream and outrage and pull your hair out and, you know, throw red herring arguments out to why this is a bad idea. I can't see any reason to argue against doing a full audit if the people ask for it.
Mm-hmm. So I know you already said this, but I want to hear it again. Is this process secure?
This process is very secure. Look at all the cameras down there. I mean, it's incredible. I didn't count the cameras, but there's plentiful cameras. There's multiple eyes on everything, multiple personnel. I'm looking at how they're counting the ballots here, and there's 3 people at the table, and it spins around on the carousel, and each person, you know, circles independently without communication, not allowed to talk to each other, you know. And then those tallies are sent to someone else who fills out a sheet and see if it lines up. I mean, what's the problem with that?
Right.
And then that ballot additionally goes through scrutiny, you know, whether it was, you know, scanned or printed, or if somebody actually physically filled it in with a pen. Because, you know, apparently using the forensics here, the way you can put a camera on it, you can see the bumps and ridges if a pen was put to the paper.
Mm-hmm. So do you plan to replicate this process in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, if we do an audit in Pennsylvania, and we got a lot of issues in Pennsylvania,
right.
We need to do an audit. And this is the process to follow right here. I mean, this is the model, and I don't know why in 2021 this is not more commonplace, where people have issues, you know, they can have their answers and their election, it was secure or not. And if okay, so what's the so what? And the left, they talk about overturning and all these red herrings and all this other crap. You know, it's not overturning nothing. It's about finding out who won, who got the most votes, and that's it. Additionally, though, we in the military call this after-action review. So we conducted an election, what went right, what went wrong, and what are we going to do to fix it? And so every election in America and every state should be improved and better and more secure as we go down. Instead, we've seen a degradation in several of battleground states, including Pennsylvania, where the elections seem to be less secure. You know, we're told that voter ID in Pennsylvania is racist. It's ironic, you know, it's when Georgia brought it up here, you know, some of those airlines require IDs to get on their airplanes. So is that racist? I mean, the lack of logic and reason is just stupefying, and that people on the opposite side there can't even see that they're contradicting their own approach to life.
That's right. So do you have a county in mind that you might do the audit in?
Yeah, I have a couple of mine. Obviously, in Pennsylvania, you could probably guess where we need to put the scrutiny. When you have, you know, election officials barring poll watchers who are certified, You have a court order from a judge saying they should be allowed access, into a facility and being denied that access here. That's terrifying to me. This is the kind of stuff that I read about in Vladimir Putin's Russia. This is not supposed to happen in America, especially not Pennsylvania, where the light of liberty was lit in 1776. So we should be the model of freedom and fair elections here in Pennsylvania. Instead, we become a mockery, and it's a darn shame. We should not tolerate that. We should take a hard look at our election process in Pennsylvania to make sure that it is safe and secure.
And then my last question, what do you say to mainstream media and Democratic claims that this is a partisan audit, that it's a fraud?
I am just stupefied by the lack of intellectual curiosity being exercised by the media on the left. They should be the first to do investigative approach to elections. In 1994, we had an election, Stinson versus Marks. And the Philadelphia Inquirer and many other immediate outlets did an investigative journalism. They heard about fraud and cheating. The Democrat won. It flipped the Senate to the Democrats. The media back then in Philadelphia and Pennsylvania stepped up, did their jobs, did a hard look, and they found numerous counts of fraud and cheating. And Marks was brought in as the senator.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.